Hi, welcome. My name is Katherine. Welcome to Hatha Flow. Today we will need a blanket of some sort. We're going to roll it up and make it into a bolster. So if you have a bolster at home, great. You could also use 2 blocks if you want, but have the blanket once you roll it up. I'd say about a foot and a half in length and about, I'd say about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches when compressed. We're going to lay on it. So sit in front of it, and then it's going to support your low back, mid back, and skull. Your bottom is on the floor. And then just taking a moment here, arms can rest alongside the body. I encourage you to draw the shoulder blades down the back and a little bit more towards each other, kind of flatten them out. And just check in with how your spine's feeling this morning. Now you're welcome to keep your knees bent here, or you can bring the feet together and let the knees fall open, reclined cobbler's pose. We'll just be here for a few moments as we check in with our breath, check in with our body. So you can close your eyes if that feels good, and taking a few complete slow cycles of breath. How are you today? And welcoming your entire self to your practice this morning or afternoon or evening, whenever it is that you're practicing. And then directing your attention to your breath, just noticing how long it takes you to exhale, how long it takes you to inhale. You could just even count. You don't have to do anything, don't change anything just yet, just notice. And then we're going to see if we can equalize the breath here. So please follow along with me if having your breath slow down how I'm trying to direct it feels really uncomfortable for you. Please just ignore my breath count. But if it's okay for you, you're going to take a slow breath in and then exhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep that count. And if you're in cobbler's pose, slowly guide the knees together as you continue to breathe in and out for the count of 4. Rolling to one side, moving your blanket off to the side. Arms will be alongside the body, knees bent now. Keeping with this breath count, we're going to move in and out of bridge pose and our arms will go up and back behind us. Okay, so keep your gaze on the ceiling. On your inhale, lift your hips, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then the arms touch down. Exhale, 4, 3, coming down, 2, 1. Now the arms touch down. Nice and slow. Inhale, rolling up. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and roll to one side. Take your time coming on up to stand. We'll begin at the top of our mat, feeling the breath. And then continuing this equal breath count. On the inhale, sweep the arms up, half sun salutation. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, extend your spine. Exhales, folding forward. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, Tadasana, palms together at heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands at heart. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms together. Good, moving on. Modified sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back for high lunge. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, moving to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Bring the knees down, come onto your belly. Locust pose, lifting the legs and shoulders. Hands are in like a cobra position. Exhale, face to the mat. Let's do now a cobra. So keep your feet down on the inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, moving back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, step left foot forward, reach for the sky when the inhale arrives. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Reach your heart away from your hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of heart. Feel your breath, feel your body. And so for this practice, we're going to, in addition to trying to keep a nice steady pace with our breath, directing our attention around the body as we move through the practice. So first, I'd like you to just direct your attention to your feet. Noticing which maybe some areas of the foot feel a little more heavier than the other areas. Maybe one foot you're putting a little more weight on. See if you can even it out. And really tune into the texture of the mat underneath the soles of your feet as we move through the second side. So same thing we just did last, but we're going to move with the right foot back first. With an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back to that high lunge. Feel the sticky mat under your feet. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, feel the mat under the feet. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, feel those toes on the floor as you come into plank pose. Exhale, come on down, either knees or chaturanga. We're going to do a locust pose with the inhale, lifting, feel the soles of the feet in the air. Exhale, back to the mat, preparing for a cobra pose, maybe a baby cobra or a bigger cobra if you please. And moving back to downward dog. With an inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Feel your left foot touch the mat. The weight of that left foot. Step the right foot forward. Take that high lunge as you reach for the sky. Nice slow breath in. Exhale, both hands down, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Where's the weight in your feet? Exhale, fold. Let's come back into that half forward fold just for a few breaths here. So pressing the fingertips in the shins or the thighs, right? So sometimes we like to keep our fingertips on the floor as we do this. For this one, please keep your hands on the shins, not pressing into the knees. And then just lean a little more forward till you feel your toes activate. Maybe lean a little bit more back, noticing any changes in the sensation of the legs. Really long in the spine, crown of the head, heart reaches away from hips. With your next exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Feel your feet and your breath. Okay, moving on. Variation now. We're adding on to this sun salutation. So on an inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back to the high lunge. And inhale, reach those arms up. Now I'd like you to bring your awareness to your pelvis area. You got your hips, your glutes, your low belly. Just feeling this area, noticing the bones, the muscles, maybe any temperature of this area. And if you got that back foot really far back, the heel over the ball of the foot, you might hopefully feel the hips and the glutes really working, maybe even actively kind of squeezing that left glute. Good, and then from here, shift onto your right foot. Let's come into warrior three. As the leg lifts, the chest dips. Reaching the heart, the fingertips away from that back heel, and the toes of the back foot are flexing towards the floor, leveling out those hips. Notice your breath count. Slow inhale for 4, slow exhale for 4. Staying connected to the sensations you're feeling in the right hip, the right foot. And then hands come to the floor, standing splits. Lift that back leg, lift it high. Options here, fingertips to the floor or a block. Maybe you want to play around with bounce a little bit more. You hold on to that ankle, building that heat. Just keep the breath at a nice steady pace. Continue to stay connected to that right hip. And left hip, feel the left glute work to help lift that leg. Okay, step on back to a low lunge. Left hand to the left edge of the mat. Turn the fingertips out a little bit. Coming into a revolved lunge. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Keep the hips lifted. Don't go heavy in those hips. Lift and push your hips away from the floor. Steady, slow breath in for 4, out for 4. Maybe gazing forward or towards the sky. Pushing into that right foot, feeling the sensation of your hips in this moment. What is it like to have these human hips and this human body? Good, and then step back into a downward dog when the exhale arrives. Notice the sticky mat under your feet. Notice the sensation of the right and left hip. Temperature, texture, quality. What's going on in the legs and the hips? Okay, and then we're gonna move forward into plank pose, preparing for that locust pose and then the cobra pose. So with an inhale, come forward. Exhale, maybe chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Here's our locust pose, lifting shoulders and feet, broad chest. Exhale, come back down to the mat. When the inhale arrives, cobra, maybe a little baby cobra, just using the muscles of the back. Maybe coming up a little bit higher. When you're ready, the exhale takes you to downward dog. Good. Lifting left leg back and up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. High lunge, reach for the sky on an inhale. Feet, hips, legs, notice them. Maybe actively squeezing that right glute if you're not sure if that right glute's working. Up on the ball of that back foot, heels stacked over that ball. Draw in your low belly and reach your heart and arms up out of it. Stay connected to your 4-4 breath count. As we begin to push on to the left foot, warrior 3. Any thoughts arising, let them go. Come back to the sensation of your left hip, the sensation of your right glute, the breath, the sticky mat underneath your left foot. With an exhale, standing splits. Your style, maybe fingertips to the floor, maybe playing around holding that ankle. This leg might need something different. Maybe this leg you are recovering from an injury or something. You got to use a block on this side, no problem. Keep the breath nice and slow and steady. Stay connected to the sensation of the hips, the feet, and the breath. Moving into that revolved lunge, land that back foot. Left foot's on the left edge of the mat. Right hand's on the right edge of the mat. Reach for the sky with your left arm. Please don't sink low. Push yourself away from the mat with your legs. So you're getting a stretch in the outer left hip, but the leg is working still. You're working that, the leg, you're pushing. One more round of breath here. Maybe gazing at the sky if that feels good. And then we'll move into a forward fold when the exhale arrives. Step the back foot forward. Half forward fold with an inhale. Forward fold with the exhale. Inhale, stand up, reach for the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Good. We're going to do the same thing that we just did, but move a little bit faster, okay? So second side. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Oh, step your right foot back. Inhale, high lunge. Good. Stay here for an exhale. And now push off, warrior three. Standing on that left foot. Next, exhale, hands to the floor, splits. Stay here for an inhale, squeezing that right glute. Exhale, land the back foot, revolve, lunge, pushing feet into the floor. Stay here for an inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Make your way to the floor, your style. Locust pose, lift those legs, chest. Exhale, prepare for cobra or upward dog if you like. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg backing up. Exhale, step right foot forward, high lunge. Inhale, reaches for the sky. Stay here for an exhale. Inhale, warrior three. Stay connected to your breath, your feet. Fingertips to the floor as you exhale. Inhale, lift that leg a little higher, splits. Exhale, land the back foot, revolve, lunge. Stay here for an inhale, pushing your feet away from the floor. Exhale, step forward to a forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Okay, so now bringing your awareness to the sensation of your palms touching each other. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Gently touch your heart space with the knuckles of your thumbs and then lift your heart into that the knuckles. Maybe lifting the elbows a little bit to get a little stretch in the wrist. And drawing your awareness all the way up through the arms, to the shoulders, to the tops of the shoulders, to the neck, to the face, the muscles of the face. Take a rounded breath here, just taking note what's present right now, what muscles are engaged. Are you noticing any temperatures, sensations, qualities, textures? Keeping our awareness in our arms, shoulders, neck, face as we move through this next part. With an inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward, step your left foot back, land the back knee. Feel free to bring something underneath that back knee if you need it. We're gonna come on up. And instead of going super crazy deep here, please come up so that the hips over the knees over the front heel. Okay, and then I want you to kick your back foot into the floor. As you lengthen your tailbone towards the floor, draw your tummy in and then go into it a little bit more. Kick that back foot down. So we're feeling a lot of strength in our glute here as we kick into the floor. And then from here, inhale, reach for the sky. And stay here for an exhale. On the next inhale, bend your elbows to a cactus and try to press the elbows back behind you. Now, exhale, reach for the sky. Inhale, broaden your chest, bend the elbows. Exhale, reach for the sky, strong legs. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, reach for the sky. Last one, we're going to inhale into a cactus. Spread your fingers wide and see if you can bring your fingers and your palms back a little bit, like almost like you're going to try to sun your forearms, your inner forearms, your inner biceps here with the sun, leaning the heart back again a little bit further. Kick the foot into the floor. Last breath. And then hands to the floor. Tuck the back toe, Parshvottanasana, land the foot. Just stretch out that back leg. Right hip reaching back. Good. Go ahead and step the foot back. Downward dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Pause here. And then walk your right hand just a smidgen forward. We're going to come into side plank. Come onto the outer edge of your right foot. Left arm up towards the sky. Options here. You can always bring that top foot like kickstand in front to help you lift a little bit higher. Some folks like to kind of grab that top foot and reach it to the sky. If that's you, do you. 4 breath count. One more round. And then back to plank pose, second side, outer edge of left foot. Reach that right arm towards the sky. It helps to have that left wrist a little bit in front of the left shoulder. Now, if you're like, my wrists don't do this, just come down onto the elbow. Have the forearm slightly across the mat, kind of almost like your wrist is pointing slightly towards the top right edge of the mat. One more inhale here. Then exhale back through plank pose. Make yourself comfy on the floor. Get onto your belly. Forehead to the mat. This time I'd like you to bring your arms alongside the body. And with an inhale, lifting arms and legs. Have your palms face each other. Try to peel the heart open as you flatten the shoulder blades onto the back, or really strengthen in the back body here. One more round of breath here. And then exhale, release. Options. We're going to do cobra or upward dog, or you can do a modified cobra where you interlace the fingers, broaden the chest, and then inhale, lift up the chest. Okay, so the feet are on the floor. Please don't do the bind if the heads of your shoulders are still pushed forward. This is just an option. On your next exhale, release to the floor, downward dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Land the back knee, come on up. Low lunge. Not going crazy deep. Come on out of it if you are. Hips over right knee. Left knee over heel. Drop your tail. Draw your tummy in. And now from here, squeeze your glutes as maybe you go a little bit further. Inhale, reach for the sky. Stay here for an exhale. Inhale, cactus, moving the forearms back behind you best you can. Exhale, reach for the sky. Kick that back foot into the floor. Inhale, broad chest, heart lifted, crown of the head lifted. Exhale, reach for the sky. Inhale, open, keep using those glutes. Exhale, reach. And then inhale, open. We'll pause here. And then it's like you're going to try to, I don't know, maybe like your inner forearms are like solar panels and the sun's up in the sky. You're going to try to angle those inner forearms so that they're getting sun. Your heart, maybe leaning the head back a little bit. Kick that back foot into the floor. And then exhale, hands to the mat, tuck the back toe. Parshvottanasana, land the back heel, stretch it out. Noticing the sensations of the arms, the shoulders, the neck. Step the back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Good. Second side, we'll move just a little bit faster, slight variation with the arms. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back, land the back knee. Inhale, reach for the sky. Good. On your next inhale, cactus the arms open. And then straighten those arms, kind of like you're, I don't know, you're like a bird. Palms are facing forward somewhat. It's almost like you're going to try to get the backs of your palms to touch behind you. And then swing the arms down and interlace the fingers. Broad chest. Exhale, release the bind. Fingertips to the floor. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, make your way to the floor. Inhale, locust pose, your style. Maybe you want to do that bind again. The exhale brings you back to the floor. We're going to come into cobra next. Inhale, cobra, and oh yeah, please go into upward dog too if that makes you happy. And then downward dog as you're ready. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, step the right foot forward, lower the knee to the mat. Come on up, set it up like we've been setting it up. Reach for the sky on an inhale, stay here for an exhale, kick that back foot down. Next inhale, cactus the arms. Moving the arms back, back, back. And then straighten the elbows, trying to like get the backs of your hands to touch behind you. Spread those fingers. And then you can stay like this, or maybe you do the bind. Lifting the heart, strong glutes. Good, and then release the fingertips to the floor. Let's step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Spread your awareness throughout your entire body. From the feet to the hips, to the arms and the tops of the shoulders, palms of your hands. The crown of your head. And then we're going to come into a squat. So I like to take my feet pretty wide, bend the knees. If you can have your heels down, please do it. Kind of wedging the elbows in between the thighs. Feel your breath. Good, and then landing the knees to the floor, going down. Keep your feet out in front of you and extend the legs long. Come down onto your elbows for a reverse plank prep. So my forearms are parallel underneath me. My elbows are somewhat underneath my shoulders here. And then let your heart just kind of sink for a moment. Just kind of concave in the heart. Notice the position of the shoulder blades. Notice the sensation of your toes and your feet. On an inhale, now lift your heart, push the elbows down into the floor. You can gaze up, you can gaze at your toes. So find the position that feels the best for your neck. You're really working your upper back here. Keep spreading the awareness around your entire body. Just taking a snapshot of what this feels like in your entire body. Feel your breath. Good. And then release. You can sink back down. Take a little break. Now, options, you can do this again, or we can move to a full reverse plank. And I will demo that. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Bend the elbows a little bit. Fingertips are pointing towards the top edge of your mat. Keep spreading your awareness throughout your entire body. And then on an inhale, lifting up, gazing forward or gazing up. Feeling your back body work to push yourself away from the floor. Feeling the front body. Maybe there's a sense of spaciousness. And then coming back down. Good. Cross your shins. Sukhasana. Rest your hands on your thighs. Take a moment and just notice. Okay, simple twist here. Bring the back of your right hand to the outside of opposite knee. Left hand walks behind you to help support this twist, looking over left shoulder. And see how far you can reach that right arm down towards the floor to help draw more length on the right side of the top of the shoulder. And experimenting here as we pause in this twist, you could draw your chin towards your throat and just see how the stretch feels on the neck. You could lean the head back a little bit. You could lift the chin. We'll take one more round of breath. And then keep the twist, just look over the right shoulder. Nice and easy. We're going to move this into a side bend. The front arm stays the same, back arm reaches up, side bending over that right knee. And then pressing the bottom arm into that thigh to help kind of pry the heart open here. Looking beyond your left armpit, or maybe towards the sky, maybe towards the left elbow. That's your top elbow. And then gaze forward and cross your top arm over your bottom arm. Drop your chin to your chest. And then fold forward any amount. Let your the wings of your scapula, let them just kind of wing out. Stretching the place behind your heart. Sending the breath into the back of the heart, the back of the neck. Good, and then come on up. Recross your legs. Opposite whatever you did the first time. And with a very vertical spine, you're going to twist to your right, back of the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Lifting your heart vertically as you look over that right shoulder. Experimenting with the position of your head, seeing how can you send this twist and this stretch right up into the neck. That feels really good for you. It could be something different on this side. It could be the same thing. Maybe the chin is towards the throat. Maybe it's different. Continue to breathe. And in fact, see if you can reconnect with that 4-4 breath if you've lost connection with it. Okay, keep the twist and slowly turn your head to the left. Looking over left shoulder. Soften your face. Okay, we're moving into that side bend, reaching back arm up overhead, side bending over that left knee. Now you can look forward, you can look up, 4 breath count. Good, and then cross top arm over bottom arm. Drop your chin to your chest. Let your back, your upper back round. Shoulder blades wing out. Breathing some space into the back of the heart, back of the neck. Soften the face. Good, and then release. Sitting nice and tall, just noticing the sensations of the entire body from head to toes to fingertips. Okay, Janu Shirshasana, you're going to kick out your left foot, left leg rather. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold. Maybe fingers come to foot or on either side of the shin on the floor. Continue to connect to the sensations of the entire body in your breath as you reach your heart away from your waist and towards your big toe. Take one more round of breath here. Good. Inhale, come on back up. I recommend sitting up on the blanket for this next bit. So that roll that we just had, go ahead and prop your hips up onto it. And then from here, you're going to bend your left knee, grab a hold of the foot, and start to extend the foot towards the, lift the foot up. Let me see. Let me give you a side view here. We're going to go into heron pose. So Chasana variation. So holding that foot. See if you can keep lifted in the chest, right? So sometimes we round out here, and the rounding out is less likely to happen if your hips are a little bit higher. So that's what's nice, to have a bolster or a blanket under the hips. It's really stretching out the back of that leg. And then you're going to take your right hand and grab a hold of the outer edge of the left foot, or you can grab the big toe. Please feel free to grab a strap if you need it. That's totally cool. And then you're going to swing the leg to the right and extend your left arm to the left. Keep lifting. Imagine you have like a big medallion just kind of sitting on your heart. You want to lift your heart up into that medallion, and then you can head turns to the left to look over left hand. Stay heavy in that left hip. And even if you can just like approximate this pose, right? I mean, this is definitely not like the full variation of Kranchasana. You still can get benefit from it. So yeah, if you have to use a strap, use a strap. Maybe the foot's not really coming across the body. Maybe the left hand needs to come to the floor. Do what you need to do, but keep breathing. Good, and then go ahead and return the left foot to the floor. Coming up to sit and just noticing the sensations of your body. And really spread out the sensation, your awareness throughout the entire body and breath as we come into the second side. So starting from the top, you're welcome to stay seated on the blanket as we come into Janu Shirshasana if you like, or come off of it. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold over the leg. So hands could be on that right foot or they could be on either side of the shin. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is, are you lifting your heart up out of your waist and reaching it towards the right knee, the right big toe? Are you breathing? Can you keep that 4-4 count? One more round of breath here. Inhale, come on back up. Okay, Kranchasana, second side. Wrap yourself up on that blanket. Bend the knee, grab a hold of that foot, and then reach the right leg towards the sky, right? And maybe the knee has to bend a little bit. That's totally cool too. You can, again, do you stay heavy in that right hip, lift the heart up out of the waist, broad chest. Stay connected to the sensations of your skin, breath. As you move into the revolved heron. So you could hold the outside of the foot. That's what I like to do. You could hold a big toe, your choice. Swing the leg across the body. Right hand. Oh, the right hand could be on the hip too. That's another option. Or reach the right arm out to the right. Keep lifting your heart away from the earth. Heart buoyant. Head turning to look to the right. What's it like to have this human body right now in this moment? This human experience. One more round of breath. Good, and go ahead and release the foot to the floor. Sukhasana, take a moment, feel your breath. Good. Come on down onto your back. And have whatever props you like to have for a relaxation pose around, so you don't have to get back up again. But before you come into relaxation pose, I'd like to do a little reclined Bhumukhasana or cow face pose. So just letting your spine settle down onto the floor. Keep the knees bent for right now. Bring your hands to your belly and just take one big expansive inhale into the belly. Hold it. Open the mouth, let it out. And then just notice what areas of the spine are touching the floor. So when your feet are on the floor, potentially, highly likely that your low back will be a little bit off the mat, or maybe a little bit wider than your pelvis, because you got that nice curve in your spine. So, and then just take a moment and kind of like rock the weight of your body like in towards your tailbone, like you're tilting the front of your pelvis away from your face till like your tailbone, a little bit more weight rolls towards the tailbone. You're kind of putting more weight on the sacrum a little bit more. And then We'll cross and let that go. And then just cross the right thigh over left. Notice what happens to the weight of your pelvis. Like where is like the most heaviest part of the pelvis on the mat. And then draw the knees into the chest and just hold the knees. So hand on opposite knees. And I know for me, if I'm, just draw them in right now and I'm not really paying attention, the weight of my body will roll out of my pelvis and into my low back. So now kind of my like butt is kind of curling up here. I'd like you to start to tilt the pelvis away from the face a little bit till the weight rolls back the direction of your tailbone. And so you're kind of pressing down on the sacrum here, kind of pinning it to the mat. And then the low back gets a little bit lighter or comes off the mat a little bit. Keep that. And then from here, you can stay here. Maybe the hands on the knees is a good choice for you. If you need more sensation, you just slide the hands down further towards the ankles. Some people would just grab those ankles and try to pull them away from each other. And that feels really good. Again, keep weight in your sacrum. Okay, so if you're rolling onto your low back, it's not the worst, but you're kind of missing out on an opportunity to open the hips, the outer hips in a deeper way. Good. And then go ahead and release, and you'll do the second side. Same thing. Try to keep the weight pinning the we'll draw it in. Just notice what happens to the low back, but then roll it off of the low back. Roll it into the sacrum, pressing it down. This is also really nice too. You tend to do a lot of yoga, and maybe your sacrum has become a little bit more hypermobile. By pinning the sacrum to the floor in this way, you're not like stretching the sacrum, you're moving the stretch into the outer hips. And feel free to walk those hands down towards the ankles if that's what is feeling healthy and pleasurable right now. Let your belly be soft. Take one more round of breath here. Good, and then untangle those legs. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Knees are bent still. We'll just do a little windshield wipering of the knees. So take the arms left and right. Arms are in a T. And then swing the knees one direction and then the other. So just like windshield wipers on your car, they're not touching. The legs don't touch. And as you do this, just let your pelvis gently rock back and forth, side to side. Just given the hip flexors an opportunity as well to get a little bit of a stretch before we move into that relaxation pose, corpse pose. So next time the knees go to the left, pause there, engaging your glutes just a little bit to help increase the stretch in the front of the right hip. And then turn your head to look over the right arm. Reaching that right knee away from the hip. And then come back through center, knees go right. Head turns left, squeezing the right glute just a little bit as you reach the right knee away from the right hip. Good, and then come back through center, preparing for Shavasana, corpse pose, extend the legs, long on the mat, backs of the hands to the floor, palms facing up. Wiggling your face, wiggling your toes. Take a big deep breath in. Hold the breath for the count of 4. And then exhale slowly, let it all out. Feel yourself sink into the floor. Spreading your awareness throughout your entire body, the skin of your body, noticing what areas have clothing on them, what areas don't, different temperatures, sinking down into the blood of your body, the bones, the tissue, noticing the temperature, your entire body. Noticing the areas of your body that are still and the areas that still have a little bit of movement. Maybe feeling your heartbeat or your belly expand and gently contract as you breathe. Continue to keep your awareness spread throughout the entire body as you allow yourself to completely relax into Shavasana. Be here for about 3 minutes. I encourage you to lay and be still. You're also welcome to sit up and meditate if you like. You can stay a little longer, please do. If you need to move on with the rest of your day, slowly take a big morning stretch, maybe yawning, moving your body in some way that feels really good. And then drawing your knees into your chest and rolling to one side. Slowly come up to a comfortable seat of your choice. We'll meet with our palms together in front of our heart. Just noticing, how are you? How are you doing? If you were able to cultivate any positive feelings in your body, heart, or mind during our practice, rejoice. You did this. You moved your body and brought yourself into this state. And then think of someone special you'd like to dedicate your practice to. Imagine you could send the benefits of your practice to someone special. Pick one being, visualize wherever they may be in their day, see their face. And then we'll send out this kindness with an exhale, gather it up with an inhale. Send it out. See them smiling, feeling good. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.